for Entrepreneurship and Institution Innovation Council. We are delighted to have you with us to participate this session. Thank you for joining us. PRIICE and IIC are formed in our college to motivate our students to come up with new ideas and to become entrepreneurs. Our principal is the constant motivator and backbone of the PRIICE and IIC. I am glad to welcome our principal, Dr. K. Aziza, to this event. Today's resource person, Mr. Muzafar Hussain, founder and CEO of Appriffy Labs, Bangalore, will share you his experiences as an entrepreneur to motivate you to become a successful entrepreneur. Mr. Muzafar Hussain is a native of a small town, Berhampur, Odisha. He is a passionate entrepreneur from the age of 20. He dreamed about his own startup named Apprify, a digital IT hub. The company registered office is at Bangalore. His never give up attitude led him to the leader of India's fastest growing startup studio, which is in part cash and part equity format now. Apprify also got foreign investments from the Middle East. Appriffy Labs has been selected by the Government of India and IIM Calcutta Innovation Park under Smart 50 Solutions for India, which has been recognized by Government of India and Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, recognized by Government of Karnataka as one of the innovative technical service provider, selected as one of the Smart 75 tech products developers, which is organized by Government of India and Goa in collaboration with Government of Armenia. I welcome Mr. Muzafar Hussain, founder and CEO of Appriffy Labs, to this program. Success behind all the programs of PRIICE and IIC of PSMO, mainly because of the convener, Dr. Srisha CH, Dr. Abdul Rashid, and the support of other committee members of IIC. I welcome Dr. Srisha CH, Dr. Abdul Rashid, and other committee members to this program. Without the audience, this program is nothing. So I welcome you all, the faculty members and my dear students, to this program. I wish you all a productive and successful event. With great honor, I would like to welcome Dr. Aziz sir for the presidential address. Sir?
Okay, good morning. Audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, good morning all.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, most respected resource person for the day, Mr. Muzafar Hussain from Odisha, founder and CEO, Appriffy Labs, India's one of the fastest growing startup project. Dear Dr. Abdul Karim from Department of Physics, dear Dr. Srisha, Head of the Department of Commerce, other faculty members, and dear students. Very happy day. I must say like that because we correctly started the program by 10 o'clock.
Okay.
More than 40 students joined. Kareem told me that just 15 interested students only. There, sir, it is a success. But already more than 40 students joined for this program. And also, dear Dr. Kareem and Dr. Srisha are behind the students for the last more than 1 month time to develop some motivation and some interest among students, and also to develop minimum one entrepreneur from PSMO college. No college teachers, no other college is doing this activity in this manner. I appreciate the effort of Dr. Karim and Dr. Srisha. Because I remember the day, December 21st, we started the activity of this club. I remember Dr. Abdul Khalik Rashid from Malaysia, who addressed students as the first program, followed by on the New Year Day, Mr. Muhammad Nabil and also Ms. Rajashri from KDISC, Malappuram and Thrissur districts, addressed students. Both these programs were mainly on theory part. Today's program I am finding as a practical area.
Correct, sir.
Yeah, because students got a chance to interact with an eminent, successful entrepreneur. And also he's a young man. Very beautiful to see. Like the film stars of Hindi movies. Okay. Today morning when I noticed him, very young entrepreneur. And also, sir, to Muzafar Hussain, sir, your help is needed. From PSMO college, we have to develop one or two successful entrepreneurs from our graduate or postgraduate students of commerce and management studies that students are joined here. To my students, you interact with today's resource person. He will guide you. He will motivate you. He will give all possible help and also guidance to you how to develop a startup mission from PSMO college. And also for today's resource person, Mr. Muzafar Hussain, I hope, sir, you have visited Kerala, and also if you are coming again to Malabar region of Kerala from Bangalore, it is just an overnight journey is required only. Malappuram district is near to our Karnataka border, it's just Wayanad, Kozhikode and Malabar region. Okay, if you are coming to this Malabar region, I am inviting you to this college, this prestigious college.
Thank you so
Started
much.
54 years back. One of the oldest colleges affiliated to University of Calcutta. And also this college is under the Tirurangadi orphanage. The second orphanage started in Kerala 75 years back. That is the history of our college. A college that is keeping a lot of values. We are giving importance to values. Okay, that is our motto. And also, sir, welcome to this college once if you are coming to this part of Kerala. And also, I express my thanks to you, sir, for being with us today morning by giving by avoiding all your busy programs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and also with these words, sir, once again, I thank all students who joined for this program. I thank Karim and Srisha for always being behind the students for attracting them to this area of business. Okay, with these words, I conclude, and also the rest of the program, because I have to join for our principals, Kerala Principals Council meeting by 10:30, and also I entrust Dr. Srisha to chair the program after 10:30. Okay, with these words, I'm very happy to invite Mr. Muzafar Hussain for your presentation, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting me, sir. Have a good day. So, with your permission, Mr. Abdul and Aziz, so can I start something like?
Okay, sir. You start presentation, and you start. Then afterwards, after presentation, you go for a interaction session. That's more important.
Yes, sir. Would love to do that.
Yes.
But I didn't prepare anything like kind of presentation. It's all about like the practical scenario I'm going to share from how to form a startup till to a successful execution part of it. That's what I used to inspire people by saying this all. How I have started and how it's going to be toughest part while doing a lot of stuff while being into the startup. Then after the execution part will come around. So this all things I'm going to share it today about about my journey from doing a job to forming a startup successfully with a funded startup successfully. So first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Abdul and Aziz for inviting me here. on behalf of PSMO College, Kerala. And it's related to like PSMO's Research Innovation and Incubation Center for Entrepreneurship and Institutions Innovation Council. Like these are like the jointly organized committee, I believe, in your college, and it's being set up by your esteemed committee members. So I would like to thanks again for inviting me. So let me start by introducing myself, and please interrupt if I'm speaking so fast. I used to be into that fast mode always while I used to speak with many clients over here. So I get practice myself in this way. So I'm audible to you guys, like.
Yeah.
So is it okay in this way, like in this speed to go around, or else I need to drop down something kind of? No, sir. I'm just asking, like, is this okay to be in this speed, or else I need to reduce my speed? It's okay,
Yes,
right?
it's okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. So let me introduce myself. Myself, Muzafar Hussain, and born and brought up in a small town called Berhampur, Odisha. I'm a native of Odisha, and from there I have seen many people to do business over there. And then after I have completed my education in Visakhapatnam, Vishaka Institute of Engineering and Technology. It's in pure land of Visakhapatnam. So I have done my BTech in Electronics and Communication, and from there I have moved on to form my own startup at the final year end, like the seventh semester almost. I have developed an idea to opt for entrepreneurship rather going for a job. So I have started my indication over there, like I need to do I need to do some kind of business or kind of startup. So rather following some kind of job or something around like in that way. So seventh semester form a idea. Eighth semester I have started executing by inviting people in my journey. I have started sharing my idea to many people, like kind of advisors, mentors,
Muzafar Hussain, hello, hello. I think he has lost the connection. Let's wait for him. Hello. He will join us soon.
sorry guys, there's some internet connection over here. I might be
Yes.
and
No problem.
even too. So I
No
don't know.
problem.
There's some light even. Uh, so what I meant to say, like I have initiated my career while I'm studying, actually in the field of entrepreneurship. So similar ways, you guys are in the same field and the same year, I believe, like third year, fourth year, second year might be. You can start developing an idea. There's nothing wrong in developing an idea, and share with many people who are who are having keen expertise in those fields. So you will learn a lot of things from there, like am I going in the correct direction, or is this idea is a consumable product, I'm going to sell to the mass consumers, or is it just like in a B2B product, or is it a kind of B2C product. So you need to decide yourself by looking into the market, because at the end audience is your audacity, you can say, like what you can say, at the end client is your source of income at any ways. they should like your product, they should like your idea, they feel like it's worth for their day-to-day life, or else for in their business perspective, anything, whatever your idea is. So I started forming an idea, I started building tech products in terms of AI, and I have sold to many companies over there in Visakhapatnam and in Bangalore. So that's how I have started my career in the field of entrepreneurship in the final year. So that's where Apprify has developed and initiated. So I have done well, quite well in like for the first past 1.5 years by having some co-founders on the plate, and uh, but like Visakhapatnam is not that much scalable. I have initiated, but I don't know how am I going to expand my journey from there to next step. So I have decided like I need to move on to Bangalore. So Bangalore is not an easy city to set up on. Like you will take some time to establish yourself. You will take some time to understand the market. Like what I'm going to do it, like is it workable for the market or not? So I feel like there's a lot of crunches in terms of what you can say. Like there's no proper alignment kind of outsourcing manpower to companies in terms of technology. It's similar like there's a Naukri portal is there, there's a Shine is there, but it's all about like aggregator platform. They collaborate, and job seekers will come into the board, and they started applying for the job, and uh, employers can come and post the requirements. So that's how the things move on from there. So I have decided to initiate Apprify, and I have registered my company over here, Apprify Digital IT Hub Pride Limited, in the year of 2016, uh, and then and the end of December month. So it was initially like Apprify Digital Hub LLP, because I want to form the legal structure in my own way. I don't want to make more complexity initially by having Pride Limited, unless or until I get some funds from an external source of investors, or else angel funds, or else seed investors, or venture capital market funds. So I just need to start something. For that, I need a legal structure. The first step after having an idea, you need to find some partners. If you get the partners, the third step is like you need to form a legal entity. Correct. Unless or until you have this, you cannot form the first two things. And then after, there will be no customers apart from that. So you need to form a legal entity, either in terms of your flexibility. Like there are 3-4 types of legal entities there: one PC company, one personal company, and there's like normal partnership companies there, where you can easily form with 1 or 2 partners in your team. Then after, the more organized way of forming a company when you are initiating a startup is into LLP, limited liability partnership company. So because there are like less compliances you can find in limited LLP rather than private limited. So I need to decide myself, being a founder into the startup. I need to decide like how I'm going to take this into next level in the future. So let me initiate with LLP, limited liability partnership company, where I can have 2 designated partners with myself, those who can trust, those who can believe like they can be in your ups and downs in your journey, and that's how you can move on. So I registered here in in Bangalore, a limited liability company in the year of 2016. From there, uh, I started marketing myself. I started launching my MVP, minimum viable product. So how am I going to form a market over here and get some customer acquisition with the help of partners? So I started hiring people. I started getting some clients, and I just feel like we need to satisfy initially the clients more than what they deserve. Because in India, you will find like unless or until you won't satisfy the client more than 10% what they have paid you, they will not come back you. So that's what our first policy, which we have circularized ourselves in this way. So we got our clients initially around like 5 to 10 in Bangalore itself, and then after we thought of like now we need to go for the next step, which is called funding. So I've approached many VCs, many angels, including my family funds and all. So luckily I got an investor from Dubai. His name is Mr. Abdullah Dalmaki. I have explained the future of hiring a manpower through AI technology, AI-based technology, and then after how we can make this concept into the next level. So we have initiated. We have shown our turnover to that investor. We have convinced him. Look, there's nothing wrong in putting your money and getting things done in India. So there are a lot of perspective which we feel like the total recruitment industry is not organized in an order way. So we need to make it in a very successful alignment, which is the most important part. You can find there are many big IPO companies like Naukri and other things which are going on. Still you can feel like their share price is always going down, and I don't know for what reason they're still existing in this industry in the domain without having much more turnover. Might be it's an investor game or something around like that. But I want to make a company more than investors, a consumer or a client acquisition product. Not like every time I need a fund uh, to inject and to rotate my company in a bigger scale. So the client is the base criteria which we feel like we need to make it up. And we started getting more clients in the year of 2017-18, and then after the story begins for Apprify. So that's how Apprify initiated. So I can tell you about the concept of Apprify now. Apprify has two concepts. One is like Apprify Digital IT Hub, where we can outsource software developers, only software developers, in terms of hourly basis model. Like if suppose the client wants 8 hours per day, then I will give the developers exactly for 8 hours, not less than or not more than that. I want to organize this industry in terms of hiring quality according to the labor code ethics of our government of India. So if you can see like in Canada, US and Australia, and there are many other countries where they will pay you around for hourly basis payment. In India, if you think like if you get hired as a employee for some certain organization, they will make you work like more than 8 to 9 hours. That is not worthable. So because they have hired you for 8 hours, you must work on for 8 hours. That is my understanding after staying abroad for many years. So that's make me like to think how I can organize this industry in a very perfect way. So I started deploying developers to many companies here, like from startups to MNCs, and I feel like I have explained the concept in a payroll, not in the payroll, not in the contract basis and something around like that. A developer, a manpower-oriented company in the Bangalore. And from there, we acquired many customers, many clients. Yes, there might be, you can see a lot of up and downs while doing this journey. It's okay to what you can say. Like there are many people who quoted you around like failure is a part of success, and woman is the behind of success of every man, and all these are like the common thing, common quote people will say. But actually, when you go into the ground, the reality, the practical things, you will see a lot of challenges coming around you. So you need to tackle each and every situation. Then you need to solve it. You need to execute it. Then after you'll find a success, a small price of success of your hard work. You can see. So guys, if you are planning it out for forming a startup, just go for it, and it's okay. Any idea is worthable unless or until you execute it. You believe like it can be executable. Even a tea vendor is doing millions of business. You can see like Chai Point. He studied in Oxford and Harvard somewhere around. He came back to India and he formed like a very retail market for tea, selling tea. And here is millions of dollars for doing this kind of job. Then people might will ask, you have studied MBA at abroad country, you're coming back and you are selling the tea. What's the point in that? Selling the tea, means our prime minister, even sorry to say, but he used to promote himself for selling. I'm selling the tea, and he has promoted and lifted himself in a very big way. The same way the tea guy has told, like we are educated people, we organize the tea industry, they convince the investor, they put in the money, and they have scaled it up. Now there are like more than 350 outlets for Chai Point. There are many other concepts like who has begun from nothing and they have rose like in a bigger scale. The total FDI is pumping in India in the last year is around like $235 billion, more than that. I might be wrong. This might be a wrong number, but more than that. Organized industry they have put on. So why we can't do it? So being into the field of diverse land of opportunities like India, where you can see other markets are getting saturated day by day, but India is having a land of opportunities. Rather opting for a job, I thought of to opt this entrepreneurship and provide jobs to many. There's nothing wrong in that. Whatever the society thinks, let them think about us. It's okay unless or until they see the taste of success in front of us. So guys, You might be some people are there. You might be there in the third year, fourth year, or second year. Think about the idea. There's nothing wrong in thinking. Just think and discuss with others. Explore yourself in the field of business. It's called startup. Startup is nothing but business, but people do varies with the concept of business and startup. Startup comes with emotions. Business comes with only through the money point of view, realistic point of view. So just think about form a startup, have an idea, discuss with many people, have some advisors, mentors who can guide you in the field of where we are going in the correct direction or not. So that is how you can structureize yourself. But the main concept of doing or running a successful business idea is your mindset. So your mindset should be perfect and should be focused. It's not like that right now I'm thinking of planning having a planning start a startup. Then after 1 or 2 months I'll drop the idea. Then it's just called time pass, I can say. No, you need to be stick to it what you are. If you are wrong in the concept, just try to change it, modify it, but still be there in the game of startup and prove yourselves in the market. So that's how I always think in that. If I'm wrong, I need to correct myself. There's nothing called every human being is perfect. I might be wrong in many fields. I'm just learning and growing, but I'm not doing the same mistakes again and again. If I'm doing the same mistakes, then there is nothing called learning part of my side. So I'm just trying to improve myself in the field of entrepreneurship, you can say. So that's how the story began again for Apprify. So Apprify Digital IT Hub and Apprify Labs. Now I'm coming to the part of Apprify Labs. As I said, like there are two concepts, business model which are formed, which is interconnected by each other. One is like Apprify Digital IT Hub, where we form the tech structure, tech hiring, tech things in our team. Now we need how I can expand these things to the next level. So there are many concepts you can see like Oyo Room, Oyo Life. Oyo started with single reservation of online hotels. Then after he went into the co-working space, he went into the many alignment zones. Correct, similar to it. But there's nothing called different industry they have entered. They entered into the same industry with many sectors. You can say many zones. You can say. So we even as a part of Apprify, we decided we are good at tech. Now how we can improve ourselves in the field of the tech zone. So we form Appriffy Labs. It's an India's fastest growing startup studio, you can say, by God grace. So what we do, like suppose there is a founder who is having an exceptional idea in the market, but he is a non-tech founder. He don't know anything about the technology. So he approaches her or we approach them and we like the idea by hearing somewhere else, or he came to know us like Apprify is doing this kind of job. So they approach us. We say, look, you have an exceptional idea. You need a kickstart. Correct. So we are good at technology. What we can do, like for building a product in the market like Flipkart, Amazon, and all, it costs more than $1 million sometimes. It's initial setup and all more than 50K, 100K USD, 200K USD. But initial in India, the founders hesitate to put that fund to build the product. They will just try to put some around 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 3 lakhs, and they will see the product is running or not. Even that will not give 1% of the tech structure of that company. So it's waste of forming an MVP and expecting some investors to come and onboard their part of money, and they will start hiring the members and they form the product. They will go for the launch. They start for looking for another round of fund because they move out of the cash or something around like that. So we need to help them. So how we can help them? So we are good at technology. So we tell them, look, you have an idea. We have a tech team. We build the product together, but there should be some common structures to work on. It is called part cash, part equity. Suppose the product cost you around 10 lakh rupees. We say like, look, 5 lakh we will take as a cash, 5 lakh as a convertible equity in your company we will take. So that will be fair and win-win or lose-lose situation for both of us. We trust you. We blindly not. We trust your idea and we want to be a part of it as a third, acting as a co-founder of a company. So let's work it out together. So that's how like part cash, part equity format comes into the picture. This main concept was initiated in the area of New Zealand. Some people has initiated. It's not an incubator. It's not an accelerator. It's a part of pure involving one company with the other company in terms of certain zones like technical, marketing, providing office space, etc., etc. But we are just focusing on at this moment in the field of technology. So we have worked with three startups so far successfully. One is like Phone Per Loan. It's a pure lending company from Delhi, backed by Chinese investors and pours millions of dollars in the company at this moment. We build the complete product from start to end, and we take some minor equity in the company. So because we are there in their bad times, and we build the product, he successfully launched the product in the market. Now they are going in a very good direction with millions of app downloads in the Play Store. The second is it's a Delhi-based company, a Delhi India-based company, Phone Per Loan. The second portfolio which we work is like for UK. There's like last mile delivery company we work like Denso in India. We build the same product for them in the UK region. So it's like part cash, part equity. Again, we put our technical team to build the stuff. We took some cash, we took some equity to build the stuff for them. The third company is like Confirm You. It's like AI-based psychological assessment test. Suppose there are many people who are lending money, small money tap is there. Small companies are lending money to many people, like college students, working employees, and all. So what we do, what they do, they analyze the psychological behavior through some AI-based assessment test. Is after taking the money, is that guy able to pay back or not? So these are the third portfolio which we have worked with. There are two more portfolios which we are discussing on. One is for like real estate field. It's from Thailand, and one is for US portfolio. It's like 133T HR. It is also in the same domain what we are working. So we want either a merger with a merger of Apprify, or else we will get acquired by them. The discussion is still on. So one more portfolio which we have worked is in around South Korea. So it's like into for the food sector. We have built a complete ERP for them, and they have a customer base like LG, Solidio in Korea. It's like big MNCs we have worked so far in this way. So currently, these are the two tech models which we are running. One is Apprify Digital IT Hub, and one is like called Apprify Labs. So it's both are interlinked model. So we want to focus on in a single domain, single stuff, single alignment at this moment for us. So currently, Apprify is presence in having solid presence in South Korea, UAE, Israel, and now we are in the discussion for Singapore and US. So that's how we have expanded ourselves. Now we are 100 plus team members in Bangalore, across the world. In Korea, we are around 15 members. In Singapore, we are on the presence to hire around 10 to 12 members. So that's how we are planning it up. In UAE, we have around 10 members. We have started expanding slowly, like guys. Once you form a startup, you can't stick to Indian market. There are many other opportunities you can explore apart from India. Like there are many abroad cross-border functionalities you can see where many people wants to hire Indian developers in an affordable way. So, but now what we face the challenge is now we formed the startup and it's going good. Now, how we can provide the quality of resource by having a lot of internal conduct assessment test. The second thing, we are in discussion with some US company. There is nothing you need to travel to US to do the similar job with a similar pay scale. We want to give the equivalent pay scale, like 30 lakhs. Suppose if you are earning 4 lakh rupees here, the equivalent you learn from 25 to 35 lakhs there in US. I want to give my people, my developers, the equal pay by sitting in India. Because of this COVID, we might we pressurize ourselves to think in this way. Why can't we now? Because the world is now an open opportunity after this COVID scenario. Let's utilize it. Let's utilize in a positive way. So work from home is a very common. Cross border, there is no issue now to work, because from last 6 months or 7 months or 8 months around, we are working from home. 100 plus team members. We are working successfully without failing. We didn't fire any single employees in our company. We have given the equivalent what you can say hike as per company norms and policies, and they are happy with us. We didn't pressurize so much after impacting. Yes, definitely we might get a deficit point if my client is not paying us, but they all are happy. We engage in ourselves because from starting day onwards, we are giving the customer a very good quality of work from our side, so that they should stand in our bad time. We focus. We want to make a customer-oriented centric company, not like funding company. Every time the funds will come, funds we need it even to scale, but we will see when we need it. But now at this moment we don't need it after getting our first round of seed fund from an Arab-based investor. So this is the total structure of Apprify at this moment. There are two co-founders with me. One is like Santosh Sen. who is having 2 years of experience in working with products like working with companies like NTT Data, Dell, and many other companies. I believe you can have a look in the LinkedIn. And he worked across from many countries like UK, Singapore. He explores in many sectors. And then after he joined us, I convinced him, look, we can see a future together. It's all about being a founder. I need to convince my people. I need to motivate my people. Then only the company will run. If there is some percentage declination of motivation, then I start troubling. I start troubling my business development team to get the sales for me, for my company, for themselves, for the whole profitable structure of the company, because everything runs through sales at the moment. At the end, developer is there, they will get the work only after we get the sales, after only we get the clients, or else there's no point of running a company without a perfect motivated sales team. The major core part, which where if you form an idea, you need to motivate yourselves, you need to motivate your team to run a successful company. Any field, either it's an operations field, either it's a sales field, either it's an accounting field, either it's a means partnership field, because you need to motivate your partners. They should not lose you, or I should not lose them at the peak of success. The many case scenarios will happening in the Bangalore, where I've seen like there's a dispute in partners because they didn't create the equal mindset. So you need to select your partners very carefully. You need to explain them in a very transparent way, so that they will keep you motivate themselves and keep you motivated in a successful way. So Mr. Abdullah, this is all about what I have done so far in my startup from last 4.5 years. You can say in 1.5 years of my failure also, including 6 years. So it's okay to fail and to rise up again and to do something. So being a college grad and looking for a successful startup, it's not so easy, but it's not so tough, but it is not possible either. It's not like impossible. We can do it if we have correct attitude, mindset, motivated, and learning ethics. So these all things which is basically required for a successful startup, I believe.
Hello, sir. I would like to know that how did you convince the first investor after your college? You would have got the first investor. How did you convince him, and how did you get that first investment fund?
Okay, so there's an incident happened. He came to us to Bangalore. We met in Bangalore, some in a good location, and he came to build his product. So what I said, like it is into blockchain. At that time, the crypto mining is at that time, not at this moment. Also, cryptocurrency is banned in India, so we don't want to do it. Like we are not going to build it. So we have explained our concept, although together we are discussing, like he's looking for a business opportunity, we are looking for a business opportunity together. So start something from our side. So we tell him like, look, even we are planning to start something from our own, and this is our idea. And this is like, I have convinced him around like for 2 hours. It's not like easy, like like you can bring from foreign investor who landed in India and who is coming to meet us, and after who is coming to build his own product and end up in building partnering with others. So we convince a lot, like, look, this is the future. That's all I can say. I can get you the results in a couple of years or 3 years or 4 years from the down the line after an investment point. Then after, I might create a company valuation accordingly. So either in future we might get a profit, we might landed in a profitable company, very profitable company, where we can equally share the dividend among the partners after keeping happy to our employees in terms of ESOPs, in terms of salary base or something around like that. Or else we'll get acquired by some foreign companies, because there are many foreigners, means foreign companies who want to enter in India through FDI by acquiring some other company, because they don't want to start from fresh. Correct. They want to come in India by putting the money, and there's a lot of case scenario, right? I can tell you a bit of example of Flipkart. Walmart wants to enter into India, so they cannot put the retail store as per Indian government rules and regulations. So they have indirectly acquiring everything. Simply at this moment, by acquiring Flipkart with $16 billion with a huge exit of the founders. So I have told these scenarios. Either we might landed up in a profitable company, either we might get acquired, because it's a developing country and people wants to enter into India. I have just said him the practical scenario, not like we will motivate ourselves, we'll get you the result, we'll do the hard work and all. Everything we need to do it. Apart from this, these are the results, we should get it out. So I told him, either we'll get acquired, either we'll be a profitable company, or else we'll refund you back the money completely. We'll play a safety game by keeping your money safer, in a very safer zone, rather putting our salary in a huge way. Like suppose there are many founders in the company who get the fund, who increase the salaries like 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs, they take per month salary. They will not give a single money to their investors, return of investment. So investors will get panic automatically. I have earned my whole life money, and I have believed these guys, and they are filling their pockets in terms of diluting the shares and taking the salaries, other liabilities, inviting the family friends to join the company, take the salary back up. They will do a lot of settings and all. I have given the very clear picture. Either we will do this or that, or else we will refund back your money. These are the scenarios which I kept him. If you believe on us, if you look, we are looking like a genuine guys, then put down the money, and this is my idea. So it's a 2 hours discussion almost. He ready initiated the funds on the same day. So that's how we have discussed about that equity structure. We have given the flexible equity in the company. Like we don't want to make him as a silent partner. We told like you are in the UAE, you take over the UAE market, help us to grow there. We'll take over for the Indian market and other markets where we'll get the local partners to work on. So that's how we have circularized ourselves in front of investors. Till now, the relationship is good. We are a profitable with surplus company. We motivate ourselves daily. Even we work on Saturdays, Sundays. The core partners, not employees and all. So to make sure like the company is going in a orthotic alignment way, like in a very particular alignment way. We should not lose our focus because we have responsibilities every month to pay salaries, to pay the office rents. Now there is no office rent because of new normal. Might be we'll initiate in February, March onwards. We need to come back to office one day for sure, because working from home based on the Indian criteria is not so easy. So we want to come back. So this is how we motivate our investors though to get some funds. We are in the discussion for with a Singapore-based venture capital firm. It's a publicly limited company in Singapore. He's the chairman for that. He's shown interest to put in tech company now because he saw the market, share market, which is good now, is like for the IT services mainly, because everybody wants to digitize their process. Everybody wants to hire their employees remotely by sitting in a cheap quality way, and it will be really helpful for if it's a part of like part cash and part equity format for the founders. You see a lot of perspective. The main thing an investor sees in you is ourselves. So how much we are educated ourselves to, and showing confidence to investors, not overconfident, just a part of confident to investors that if he invests, he will be profitable one day, not this day, but one day for sure. He should sleep a stressless nights. He should not think about it. My investor used to call me. He used to take an update. We used to give him a very happy update, like, okay, this is the structure of the company. These are the funds left, and we want to give them a regular update. We don't want to make him like a sleeping partner. We want to make him like an active partner in the company. Then only it will grow. I'm taking some profit. He is having some shares. He need to take some profit. He should hold some responsibility in the company even. How we can grow, because team formation can help us to grow more rather going for an independent decision and directorship in the company. So that will be called as a dictatorship as per you can see the German rule, Hitler rule. So I don't want to be in that part, and so it's a teamwork. So that's all, Mr. Abdul. So, Abdul, I lost your voice actually. Hello. Hello, I'm audible to you. I'm unable to hear you. I need to rejoin.
So we can wait. He has lost the connection. Dear students, if you have any questions, you can ask him directly. He will join now. If you have any doubts, Srisha madam?
Yes, sir. Yes.
ആ കുട്ടികളെ സംശയങ്ങൾ ചോദിച്ചോട്ടല്ലേ അവരിപ്പോ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യും
ചോദിച്ചോട്ടെ. എങ്കിലേ സെക്ഷൻ ഇഫക്റ്റീവ് ആവുള്ളൂ.
അതെ അതെ
കുട്ടികൾ ഡൗട്ട് ചോദിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ്.
അതെ. Muzafar Hussain, can you hear?
Yes,
Am I audible?
I believe. You guys can hear me? So much information.
Muzaffar?
I can hear you, sir, but there's a lot of internet connection here.
Okay. I'm asking that you had told us that you have met some failures in your journey.
Okay.
How did you manage that failures?
Only by improving and coming out of the outcomes of my failure. I just took as a part of lesson, right? So I failed in one field. I cannot stick to it. I cannot rethink on it. Like again, why I have failed and all. I just need to forget my past, improve it, what I have failed through it, and need to improvise through that channel. I cannot stick to that failure part. I failed in one thing. Suppose why I failed, how I can overcome those failures. I just need to plan it again and find a way to get it success. Simple. There's nothing you should not take it so hard for your failures. You should overcome it, right? So that's the simple. Anything goes wrong with me today, I'll never think on taking this forward for the rest of my career. I just need to move on. That's all I can do, but taking as a part of lessons, I believe.
I'd like to clarify one thing, that I'm from basically physics background, not business background. You all shared that your company is working on a part cash, part on equity. Could you explain it again with an example?
Sure. Suppose you're working in a physics domain and something around like that. So you create an idea, suppose, and you are not so much sure about how you're going to build a software for this. If you are planning to implement a software for your startup, you're forming a startup. Suppose you have an exceptional idea, so you want to plan a startup in your field, what you are planning, but you are not sure about how I will go technically in terms of domain of software, building a mobile apps, web standalone application or something around like that. So definitely you look around some outsourcing companies initially, or else you'll go for freelancers to start discussing about an idea, planning to launch your MVP, minimum viable product, something around. But you have a lot of budget issues. A quality product in the market will give you a lot of cost. I'm not saying in the terms of freelancing perspective. Freelancers can say a lot of stuff. Suppose if the product cost you around 1 lakh rupees in the market, he will tell I can build you in 1,000 rupees. After that, he will run away, which we know it mostly. In most of the cases, it will happen like that. Definitely, the product which is costing around 1 lakh, how he can build 1,000? So there's a good example happened, like for Freedom phone. They once selling 900 rupees. They openly did the marketing by a lot of scam and all, but nobody caught up so far. So that's how the freelancers even think in that perspective. If he can give the genuine cost, then he is a genuine freelancer. But most of the cases, client approaches freelancers for what? Because they want to pay less for the product. That's the thing. Most of the clients pay more than what they can pay to an outsourcing company. Or else the second approach, what you will do, you'll go for some good software company, you'll explore your idea, they will give you the quotation after hearing idea, then you will see like, look, they have given me around 40 lakh rupees for this product. I just thought of doing in 20 lakh rupees. So how I am going to manage this 20 lakh rupees funds? Correct. So for that to overcome, we started Appriffy Labs. We are having a good tech team. So definitely we can utilize our developers more than one project. So we are paying the equivalent salary, right? Either he will work or not, we need to pay him per month. So let us utilize these resources in a very successful way. So we interact with founders. We say like, look, we have a good team. You have minimum budget which you can afford to us and yourselves even. So you give us this 20 lakhs to us. Remaining 20 lakhs, we will take some equity in your company. Suppose the company forms for 100% equity. 20%, if suppose the face value for that particular share, one share of a company initiated with 10 rupees. So there are 10,000 shares in the company. We ask for 20% is how much? Almost 2,000 rupees shares. 2,000 rupees shares you need to give us 2,000 shares in the company. We take it. We take 20 lakh rupees. We build the product successfully together in the market and we launch it with the quality testing along with that. This how even he can approach to investors by saying like they have a backup team of a complete tech team who is a part of this my product, and that's how.
Dear students, if you have any questions, you can ask him directly. This is the interaction time. Students, you can ask him in Malayalam also. We will translate. Don't worry.
I'm flexible in Hindi even.
Okay. Dear students, Sirisha madam,
Yes, sir. Sir.
ആരും ചോദിക്കുന്നില്ലല്ലോ.
There might not be doubt, sir. There might be enlightened
Hello,
with the
sir.
class.
Yeah.
sir.
Welcome.
Sir,
Hello.
I have one doubt.
Yes, please.
Sir, how you face troubles and problems when you start this entrepreneurship?
Even now I'm facing that. There's nothing called you can swipe away yourself from the troubles and problems. You need to tackle and solve it. Simple. There's no other shortcut for facing other stuff. You need to be brave enough to tackle the situation and solve the problem according to your own style, not by hearing other styles. So you feel flexible to solve in this way, just solve it and move ahead. There's no shortcut for solving failures and all. That's all.
Thank you, sir, for your reply. Sir,
Yes, Harsha. Tell me.
who is the inspiration?
Inspiration. I inspire myself daily and I follow others and the guidelines.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Even if we have an idea, finding a group who are committed towards the same field is a difficult thing, right? How could we find someone who has the same mentality as us?
Means you are telling about your working partners, right?
Yeah.
While selecting the co-founder, you can say like they are not your working partners in terms of startup. You can say like you are the founder who initiated the idea, and apart from that, they are your co-founders who will lead a different vertical in your company. Correct. So you just check around how influence they ourselves into them. Means how good they are in their field and what they can add value to your company and how they are committed to it. So many people, what they will form an idea, they will start thinking of forming a company completely and in a legal way. Then after some partners will land into a job, and then after they will leave you in the mid of the way. So make sure like you're binding enough legally with them. There's like co-founders agreement. Tell them, if you're confident with me, I want to put my career in this business field or startup field. You need to be put yourself risk in the stake, and let's sign up a co-founders agreement by stating all the terms and conditions very transparently from the first day while you're working, and then after the things will move on smoothly. You need to give them in an entry point as well as an exit point, because nobody will stick in the startup for the longer term unless or until you satisfy them being a founder. So make sure like and the second part is like mindset. You need to have almost not similar but almost equal mindset to fight for yourselves and for the company. So if they are doing more argument, just stay away from them, don't even entertain them. If they are telling like, look, you are telling the perspective which is good, but I can add some points to improvise those structures, work with these people. Definitely they will take care of you and you will take care of them like a baby. You understood that what I'm saying, Hadia?
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Sir, you said your company is now facing acquisitions, right? From other companies. So, do you like your company to be acquired by other companies, or do you like to, going with your company with yourself?
Okay, good question. So you form a startup for what? Suppose I form a startup. Definitely, if you form a startup, so for what reason you will form?
Some people like to, just make money, or
Mhm.
or some people like to not to get the risk to expand their company, just for the money and they like to be acquired by other companies. I'm asking this question is because of the reason there is many other big companies they like to bully the smaller companies. They don't want the smaller companies to grow, so they will acquire the companies, and so how do you
Because
face those problems? That is the question.
because they don't want to create market competition for them. They want to be the single monopoly. Suppose Flipkart acquired Mintra. Flipkart acquired many other companies, small companies, and there are many other companies who are acquiring small companies to just diminish the competition in the market. But for me, if I form a startup, I look at the perspective. Initially, while forming a startup, what I thought of, I'll go for the longer term game. So definitely I'll go for the longer term game. But getting acquired doesn't mean like you are moving out of the company. You will be there in the part of company. Just the transactions and legal structure will move away from your side, which you hold from the initial day onwards. If you feel this deal will give you more money, because everything is end up with the money in the startup. If there is no money, there is no financial transactions practically in the company, it will not run for the longer term. You see the accountability for your startup during that time. You see the sustainability. You see how many customers do you have and how long you can play in this market. You see the offer what you are getting through some acquisition partners. If you feel like acquisition partner is giving 10x more return than these three factors, being into the business field, not as an entrepreneur, think in a business field, business mind people, you will opt for this acquisition only. Now if you feel like this is my baby, I didn't start the startup for the money sake, then go for these three options and stick with your moral values. But moral values will not longer sustenance when you start facing money crunches. So think practically after acquisition, I can say. But be in the game, tell like I will like my company will get acquired, but I'm not going to acquire you. Acquire. I will only run as a founder and CEO for this company, and nobody gets eliminate me. So there are many. One of my friends startup get acquired. So he is a founder still. He is a CEO still. But the legal part, the profitability part, directly jumping and controlling by these acquisition partners now, because they see like they can get Series B, Series D, Series C funds with their own mindset. Suppose Oyo, he replaced as soon as that group funds come from SoftBank. He just moved. Now he is a group CEO, because he was like very young to handle those many peoples in a bigger scale. They just make in the name kind of a group CEO. Remaining other CEOs for every vertical is different, and they're quite experienced. You can see in their hiring structures now, because they don't want to go in the last statement. So that's how Shabil Danish. It's up to you. You see the accountancy. You see your guts. If I will not get acquired, this will not get me affected. Then it's up to you. So according to me, I'll go in a business perspective. I'll get acquired myself, not myself, my startup wise. So that's all I can do.
Thank you, sir. So can I ask one more question? I do hear about the political situations in India is not so great for the startups, mainly because of the bigger companies that have more political hold. So what do you think about that?
By the way, I'm just an entrepreneur. I really don't know their backend structure, how much funds they have in flow in the particular startup. I don't entertain politicians for sure. I don't need the money, and I don't want to go in the particular vertical actually in the company. I know it like how the situation will go worst if we take those money and those people involvement and all. So you might get click a lot of way, and it's better to be safer, right? We want to create a safe startup for my people, safe startup for my life and career, and safe startup for my country. So why should I entertain wrong things in my company? Simple. I hate it. I don't prefer.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your time.
But you can ask to whenever you'll have a question, Sabil. Suppose if you are going in a conclave or somewhere, you can ask to Paytm guys, Flipkart guys, PhonePe, Bharat Pay. They're leading, and India Bull. Just try to ask them. They will give you a picture, bigger picture. after 1992 Harshad Mehta scam, I think, and you can ask some Sahara group of companies even how they have led to the destructions. I don't want to comment. This is something very personal. So sorry, we'll connect in one-to-one and I'll explain you. I can't declare those things in front of all. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
So when, as students, when we are starting a startup, what do you think about dropping the college?
How much confident you are? The
Yeah,
first point.
that's the problem.
If it's shaking, be in the safer zone. Don't think like, suppose Bill Gates has dropped out and Facebook Mark Zuckerberg has dropped out. That doesn't mean like you will also drop out. And this Oyo guy, these all are story creators. Those who are creating a good story, they are very successful in their life. You see, first of all, nobody will leave that much big universities unless or until they get some bigger chunks. Zuckerberg got millions of dollars before dropping. Gates gets millions of dollars from a lot of IBM company and all before they drop it. Apple, so he just left the company because he just left some college dropout or something around like that. But everybody had played the safer game. That will not project. So आपको हिंदी आती है, सपोज हिंदी में एक कहावत है ना, मतलब गुरुवत में व्हाट यू कैन से creativity नहीं होती, means how can I explain in English, like gurvat means you can't create a creativity in a very poor structure. You can see that the structure in your life, like you are poor and you are struggling and all, but creativity comes, expansion comes when the money flows. So they do have every money in their account before they explore, and they have expanded themselves in a very big successful way. So don't drop out your college, I can suggest. Go ahead and do for it. Try and research your market. But before joining a job or before starting a startup, that's your peak career to think on it. Because initially you are at your peak career, you need to think and decide. Next 5 years, you don't go for the shorter term, even like if I'll fail in couple of years, I'll jump to job again. Then you are not a startup entrepreneur. You need to be struggle for at least 3-4 years. See yourself if you are able or not. See your financial problems, see your family pressure, see your surrounding. Everything will calculate when you are forming a startup. If you're ignoring everybody and just focusing on yourself, then definitely you'll be a successful entrepreneur for sure. Yeah, any queries do you have?
No, sir.
Okay.
Any other students? Please ask. Okay. Okay, right.
Sir, do you know about the China market is now flourishing with a lot of investments. They have a capitalist type of typology. So I'm asking if India is going to be the next China like market. I mean,
India is already a market, not like China, but more than that. Land of opportunity is there in India at this moment. Yes, there are a lot of conflicts is going on between India and China based on FDI, because of a lot of compliances rules they have regulated through FDI and all. FDI means like foreign direct investment here. So definitely, India is far better than China at this moment for the land of opportunities, not for the developed countries like China. They have already saturated in many ways, and they are more advanced than us, like more than 20 years. That's the fact scenario. If you, I was there in the China, I have seen everything there. So they are much more ahead than us. If you want to compete them, if you want to make a land of opportunities here in India, we need to form as many startups like them. So something like there are a lot of FDI chances are there from China to come in India if government is the norms and regulations. But like there's a political scenario. Again, I will come back to that. So they don't want to flow the cash so easily, but through illegal way for sure in many ways. So that's how Sabil like.
yeah. Yeah, but the situation with the corona because the GDP is going negative and those news like that.
You believe
Is
in
that
this?
any good for?
No, you believe in this media. The GDP what they have
Not
projected.
really, not really, but
Go for some genuine news channel where you can project GDP of China as well as India. Then you can find the real fun fact figures.
okay. Thanks.
Sabil, you ping me in the LinkedIn. If you are planning for a startup, just ping me in the LinkedIn. I think we might get connected if you are having a LinkedIn account. So what's your perspective now? You want to start a startup, or else you want to go for like on job field?
I really want to get a startup, and I'm
In which
thinking
domain?
about artificial intelligence. You know, I do have an idea about fashion industry with integration of artificial intelligence to make customized clothing. You know, kind of make the designer clothwear industry more accessible to the lower peoples. So it's
Okay.
been a
And do you have POC and pitch deck?
what?
Do you have POC, proof of concept, and pitch deck? Pitch deck, where you have mentioned about your idea, stating everything, details, and all, or else it's just in an ideation stage.
I did write it down, but I don't have in a more polished manner. It's in a,
Oh,
in a rough edge. Yeah, I'm trying to write it down, and I wanted to get into a sandbox where you will get nourishment for entrepreneurship and startups.
okay.
So I'm trying to, convey that idea. I try to write it down, and I'm trying my best to do that.
Just connect with me in the LinkedIn. If I can help you out, definitely would love to do that.
Okay, sure. I will create a LinkedIn account.
Oh, you haven't yet?
Thank you, sir.
You should be. Every people in call, please create a LinkedIn account. That is more way successful than Facebook, Insta, WhatsApp, and all. Because this will give you a lot of information regarding startups, job life, and many other things. They will help you out. My whole company is formed from LinkedIn. I can say broadly, and the whole customers, most of the customers, not whole, I got it from LinkedIn. So there's a tool way where you can find it out, and a lot of learning part you can learn on a daily basis from LinkedIn. I request everybody to be create LinkedIn, start going in a very professional way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I will create a LinkedIn account.
Anybody else? If nobody's come forward, Srisha madam. Srisha madam.
Sir?
We can end the
Yeah, sir.
program. Right? We
I'm
can end
here.
the program, right?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Muzafar.
Okay.
Muzafar
So,
sir. Hello, Muzafar sir. Muzafar Hussain. Hello. Hello.
sir, left ആയോ?
ഇല്ല നെറ്റ് എന്തോ പ്രോബ്ലം സ്ലോ ആണ് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്. ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം നമുക്ക്. സാറ് അതിന് മറുപടി തരുമെന്ന് നോക്കാം. എന്നിട്ട് നമുക്ക് നിർത്താം.
Okay.
സെബിൽ ഡാനിഷ് നമ്മളെ സ്റ്റുഡന്റ് ആണല്ലേ?
ഫിസിക്സ് അല്ലേ?
ഫിസിക്സ് ആണല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ. നീ YIP അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്തോ? കൊടുത്തോ? ഐഡിയ കൊടുത്തോ?
ഇല്ല, ഞാനത് എന്റെ ആ ഒരു ഐഡിയ ഒന്നും കൂടി പോളിഷ് ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കും. എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്ന അവിടെ
ഐഡിയ പോളിഷ് ചെയ്യണ്ട. അതേ ഐഡിയ എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ജസ്റ്റ് ഒരു പാരഗ്രാഫ് മതി. എന്ത് ഹെൽപ്പ് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ചോദിച്ചു, നമുക്ക് തരാം കേട്ടോ.
ഓക്കെ.
Muzafar sir has joined. Yeah, left sir. Sir left.
മുസഫർ സർ.
Sir left ആയി തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്.
വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. മുസഫർ സർ. ഹലോ, മുസഫർ ഹുസൈൻ. Hello, Muzafar Hussain.
Yeah, am I audible to you?
Yes. I think no students have any questions, so we can end the program now. Do you like to have? Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
I'm hearing you, sir, easily.
Yeah, we can end the program now, sir. Okay, sir. I welcome Dr. Srisha CH, HOD, Department of Commerce and Management, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, sir.
So the most respected principal of the college, Dr. Asit, sir. Today's chief guest, Mr. Muzafar Appriffy Labs, and Rashid Kalavi, our professor in the history. Dear students, good morning to all. Actually, I'm really honored and privileged for having an opportunity to express gratitude on behalf of PSMO College, especially on behalf of PRIICE and PSMO College. Actually, I got many opportunities to attend or interact with the successful entrepreneurs before, since I have joined from PSMO College in 2010. But unlike other programs, this program is entirely different, because actually at the end of every session, there would be a doubt clearing session, but almost all the students would be silent in that section. But now today, many students have interacted with the speaker. I think they have really motivated from your speech, sir. That's why students have interacted. Otherwise, they would be keep silence. So definitely, I'm sure this section has highly motivated and enlightened them. And moreover, in our college, a lot of students, a lot of ideas are there. I mean, business ideas are there, but they are not ready to come forward. That's the main issue. They are not ready to take challenges or risks. But I think they might have got a lot of information relating to how to start a business and what are the do's and don'ts while we are running a business. And another important thing, sir has shown that there is no shortcut to success. My dear students, you should understand one thing. Many students are always trying to do shortcuts. Whenever we are giving some assignment, they are trying to some shortcut. But in business, you understand there is no shortcut. Muzafar sir clearly explained that there is no shortcut. A lot of challenges you might have faced. So those who are ready to start a business, definitely you will have to take challenges and risk. Otherwise, you can't come forward. So definitely the session was highly interactive also. And at the outset, let me thank Karim sir for bringing such a simple, humble, at the same time, well-known and a knowledgeable resource person and a well-known entrepreneur in the world. And we got an opportunity to interact with the Mr. Muzafar sir. Thank you, Karim sir, for giving this opportunity. And at the outset, I sincerely express my gratitude once again to Muzafar sir for giving a wonderful opportunity to our students to interact with you. And I also express my sincere gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. K. Asit sir is giving always motivation for us. Those who are deeply interacted with the resource persons, and I think you have cleared almost all your doubts. And once again, I express my gratitude to all those who have participated in this program. I also express my gratitude to Almighty, because actually we had a lot of apprehension regarding the success of the program because of a lot of network issues, but somehow we could successfully completed this program. Anyway, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you, Muzafar sir. Okay, Karim sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Muzafar Hussain, sir. We can end the meeting here.
Yeah, okay, sir.